Finally back. Well, let's see who's going to be here as well. 1 bajillion enchantments later. And I got a couple of rewards. Let's
I am
see.
told that I could not when the Legion was forced to abandon the capital.
We're going to stop these people. Gotcha, Captain Silmer. Don't you worry, it's gonna be done. And over here, this one, gather chthonic seals. I already did that one too. Did I actually reach Blood Grove? Yes, I did. Ah, now I remember. Now I remember where I left them. Okay. Now, I leveled up, didn't I? So, I got these in the last couple of level ups. 20% damage absorption. And I didn't go forward to these. Alright, but why? I also got plenty of skill points available in this. I can't unskill that. I guess I can unskill that by now too. Not so sure about that, but for now it seems we don't need that. And defensive ability, pierce and ether resistance, and all retaliation damage. So piercing resistance, I am high over cap. Okay, good news. So that one ain't that interesting, but defensive ability, well, higher, better. Bjorn, hey, yeah, I'm early today, that's true. Well, closer to my original streaming times, but well. We don't really get to stream that early, that often, sadly. Now, we got to upgrade those little buggers. So, what's the smartest thing to upgrade first, actually? This one, it increases their physical and damage over time and their debuff skill. That's flat out cold damage and elemental resistance. Right, that's the debuff portion. That's the most interesting part about it. Let's go. So I have to give away the chthonic seals. And then, well, let's check out the chaos resistance and see what we're going to do then. Because it's Zarya time soon. Chaos resistance 0%. 0% resistance on chaos is really not good. Lords and Villains, I heard that title. Rings a bell somewhat. I gotta check it out later. Right now, I'm totally hyped today for the release of the early access of Darkest Dungeon 2 tomorrow. I am totally hyped. And also super happy that it's finally evening. Today sucked. Today was pure distilled Monday. I don't know. Today, somehow everything that could go wrong went wrong. Try to do my tax declaration for 2020 this year, today. I came across so many obstacles that I never heard of the years before. I also managed to accidentally get my online banking account blocked, and through a couple of tantrums while re-unlocking my accounts again. And now I have to wait until stuff is unlocked and until I have a digital account to do my tax declaration, because in Germany you're not allowed to do your tax declaration by paper anymore. You have to do that digitally. But to do so, you need to wait for a letter that's being sent to you, which unlocks your account. It's really stupid. Well, I will check out Lords and Villains here. Your recommendation means something. To me, at least. I'm so happy that today I'm finally feeling good enough again to stream. Yesterday I was also a little bit stressed out about the doctor's appointment. Also, I had to get up super early. I'm not exactly a morning person. Yay! I should spam those windows. Forget about those a little bit too much. So, I love it how this character has more HP on level 43 than my Bloody Pox Occultist on level 62. So I guess the survivability of this character is so far quite good, but the lack of chaos resistance is really... shouldn't probably be here at all, now that I think more closely about it. With that amount of chaos resistance, at least. So we're going to go for... yeah, let's go for a little bit of a Steps of Torment run here and see what I can do for my chaos resistance. Let's see if I'm already hard over leveled here, but no. Looks like the monsters still provide some speed for me. So I'll take that. Because we're going to face more and more Chthonians from here on, and with 0% chaos resist, 13% bleed, and 0% vitality, I feel not safe even with 6.3k HP, and I know that I'm right about it. Sadly. Now let's take a little bit of a vacation down in the Steps of Torment. At least I hope. It's going to be a vacay, I mean. There we go. I wonder how far I can level up in these areas here. Oh, I totally forgot. Here we go. Gotta keep that cool music going. This game is a lot more atmospheric with music, but I happen to listen to podcasts a lot while playing this game, so... music is kind of like distracting that. Oh, bad boys ahead. Well, it works out quite decently so far. Oh, more bad boys. 4 bosses. Jeez. I mean, I am quite well able to deal with that. 4 bosses at once. Alright, we're looking for chaos resistance, vitality resistance, and such stats. Okay. Tax is horrible stuff. Yeah, well, it's the first time that I have that kind of issue. Usually I get my tax declarations done in like 30 minutes or such. The most crazy thing about that is I spent today almost 3 hours for a tax declaration where I don't pay any taxes for it, because I earned that little money that I don't owe my country any money for taxes, but I have to do a tax declaration because I'm a self-employed businessman. So well, at least I can laugh about it now. I was screaming and shouting today. No lie, I'm not lying here. Literally, I was screaming with fury to let out all that anger, because not only is it terribly annoying, it's also horribly optimized here in Germany. Like most of the time the apps and the verification processes didn't work, And there was a brief moment where I was highly doubting that I could be making my tax declaration in the given time frame, because I have to do that until 1st of November. But I think the Department of Taxes should be able to send me that letter in the course of 1 week. If not, we're going to have a little bit of a talk and see what we can arrange, I guess. It's feeling so crazy. Especially since it all feels like some strange comedy movie, you know. But the horrible thing is that you're the main actor. It's all fun as long as you can't watch somebody getting terrorized by bureaucracy once you're in the middle of it. Whatever. Let's kill some monsters. At least the good thing about that is, as soon as I have that digital account unlocked, it should be less hassle to do the tax declaration in the next couple of years too. Technically. Practically, we'll see. Oh, dang. But at least I got all the numbers and documents together, so it shouldn't be not too much work. At least I pray to God for that. Well, Steps of Torment is a breeze. It's not really what the name would imply. I'm chilling at the Steps of Torment. Still gotta stay here, but them dudes got some levels on me. I mean, I think this character should be easily capable of also doing the actual dungeon behind the skeleton door. I would skip out the boss because he has some nasty shadow stabbing ability and stuff, but I'm 100% sure that I could do the actual dungeon before that. But not sure about that.
That skill's not ready.
Then again, my resistance is against pretty much everything which is used down there, so it's also pretty good. I just need those resistances before I want to proceed into the next region of the game. Not really what I want to. Wait a sec. No, not the correct damage types. Not at all. Can't use physical damage. Can't use vitality damage. Alrighty. But for tonight, my plan is just to chill and have some fun with Grim Dawn and see how long I'll stay for tonight. Open endgame night or something like that. Crimson Briar Band. Well, okay. Interesting item. Faith Scarred. Too bad. Assault Broadsword of the Elements. I don't think that that's going to be anything that I'd like. Nope. Just nope. The relatively high HP pool of the Shaman is pretty cool too. In that regard, the character class here is one of the tankiest. I think at least the Shaman does have, heavy favor towards physique. You really notice that when your classes have that. Or, much more, you notice it once none of your classes has a bias towards physique. Getting pretty squishy pretty quickly there. At least I noticed that. Also, you suddenly can wear all manner of items anymore. Lots of difficulties that you can't avoid with a class like that. far so good. Still wondering if I should dare to peek behind the skeleton door. I mean, it's a good source for equipment and experience, but it's also a good source of high-level enemies able to burst me down, and the high possibility of greed. But on the other hand, the situation is not exactly threatening me at this point in any way. I wonder how the whole thing's going with skeletal gargantuans, though. AKA that short route from time to time. Since I haven't used a single potion of mending so far in this while I was down here. Yeah, well, I'm gonna dare it, guys. We're gonna do it. We're going to go into the elite dungeon. Wish me good luck. I hope I won't kill myself while doing so. But I am quite positive about this whole plan. Also yielding some nice action points towards the rovers this way. What do we have here? Damage to undead. But no. So let's see. Oh yeah. Here's a bad boy. Even shadow stepping. Gargantuan with shadow steps. I haven't seen that ever. Pretty spooky, actually. Usually it's smaller and more agile enemies doing that kind of shadow step business. But whatever. Almost level 44. Love it. Character is going crazy strong. Salt chainmail of incantations. Chaos resistance, but no HP. 630 armor though. Dang, man. What the change? You are in a special domain. Anything can happen. Yarn, that's so non-reassuring. I feel extremely endangered when I read that. Anything can happen. Don't think I could come around the corner and stab you. Really gotta say, I need more games with a vibe like that, where I have a hardcore character or something with permadeath, which isn't as hardcore in the CDDA and many other roguelikes. You know, I do appreciate a graphical approach and some slick user interface. I really do. I don't mind the other approaches, but I really, yeah, you get the idea. This is a good corner here. This is there's a lot of action going on here.
Skill's not ready.
This is one of my favorite little mini dungeons here. Yeah, well, most of the time these properties aren't really influencing the gameplay too much in normal. That's why I tend to ignore them a bit. I haven't had a single one which ever was necessary to be respected. But maybe I should now. If not now, when? If not now, when? Tones of Spirits. It's so good to have a character who's just zapping through them. While the character I'm playing lately is really struggling with ghosts. Alright. Well, I think once I go into higher difficulties, I will keep a closer eye to the properties too. I'm out of dynamite! Oh no! Dang. I hated to leave a treasure trove unopened. understand that. Hooray! So yeah, let's keep that resistance strip going, because this is now my boss razor. You know, the Wind Devils shade down the enemy's resistances, which makes my Storm Totems hit even harder. Usually with the regular enemies, I don't need that too much, and also the Wind Devils tend to be a little bit too slow. Enemies are most of the time already dead before they can attack. But I think for bosses this will be a very, very, very important instrument. Fire Elemental boss. I'm at 80% fire resistance. But there's also armies of enemies spawning here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So let's whip out devils. Take this, Artusalon. Get cuddled to death. Cuddle zaps. Well, this doesn't hurt to be really enough to be really dangerous. Storm Scion. That sounds so much like my stuff. But it's gonna be hard to replace that Grobel effigy, I gotta say. 68% lightning damage. What's Maelstrom? Is that, yeah, it's one of her devils. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me there, Hyorin. I think I would have not respected that enough without your advice. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I will skimp out before the actual boss at the end. Except maybe somebody likes to tell me what kind of resistance I need for that guy. If it's happening to be lightning or something like that, I might be inclined. But let's see. Shattered. Well, marked. So my defensive ability is minus 30. The damage is magnified. Is that just... Sounds like a good deal for me, actually. Well, I'm a little bit slow, but seriously, 100% elemental damage. How could that possibly be a bad thing? I feel as if I got lucky with those stats, honestly. Hey there. Arjust, hi. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm using the key. I don't plan to do the entire thing, but since I need equipment that much right now, one of the best places to go. And since there was little to no problem with anything down here, you should be okay.
I can't do that yet.
I won't be going for the soul box, though. I think that's the room ahead here. Or however it's called. That's off limits for me. I really try to take a low amount of risk here. And it might be quite brave, but I mean, we're here for entertainment, aren't we? No, it's not the... Yay, the rovers like me now. Elemental resistance, sadly not what I'm looking for. Too bad. So this room here is bad news. The reliquary here would yield pretty nice rewards, but...
That skill's not ready.
You're also being locked into a really massive fight there. With lots of bosses spawning in. And, well, I have pretty good memories of this Forbidden Domain in particular, Bjorn. Maybe I'm underestimating it a bit, but seriously, my characters mostly died because I didn't respect the room down there, or because I took the boss too early, the final boss down there. That's why I'm going to skip out on these things and pretty sure we should be fine. If not, I'll take any other, I'll take also other recommendations about areas where I can farm as well. Because I'm going to log out and re-log in, of course, here. No other way out, except for death. So, well, helmet. What's that? Bleeding damage. Nah. Interesting. You have more HP than my level 60 character. Me, yeah. That's the same like my other level 60 character that I'm playing right now. It's quite a beefy boy somehow. But I like to be like that because this at least gives me some window of opportunity to react if something wild is happening. Defiance. +3 to Fabric of Reality. No thanks. No Storm Totem plus no pen, no pickup. Alright. No more monsters here, oh, but... goodies! Oh yeah. So, Shadow... whoa! Jeez, good thing that I left a totem there. Sneaky little. Alright, pierce damage, cold damage... nah. If it would have the... it's some chaos resistance, but I would trade away my ether resistance, and that's something I also need. Equipment matters a lot in these games. Totally. Totally. You are what you wear, basically. I mean, it's also a bit of, there are also a lot of other factors, but gear matters. Gear matters a lot. There's also a reason why I'm going here. A lot of the enemies down here deal mostly elemental damage. There's the elite mobs, these with the yellow, I don't know if they're called elite mobs, but the enemies with the yellow names, they are frost revenants, fire revenants, and you get the idea. They all have a elemental bonus, and therefore it's pretty good to be resilient against these. And I am, apparently. And they are warlocks, though, which go for chaos and vitality or something like that. I don't know. Totally normal buckler. What are these items, actually? I really ran across a couple of them, and I'm still scratching my head what the joke behind these is supposed to be. It's no item for me, sadly. No item for me. Ooh. Here. And the traps, they are also something that I need to be aware of down here. Traps are some specialty of the Forbidden Domains, too. Thunderstruck Eldritch Tome of Spines. Nah. Fancy name, but that's about it. I'm gonna even check out the sword. That's a lot of dudes. Nice. Something over there. Oh, it can't shoot over there. Filthy cheating. The legendary totally normal buckler. Yeah, I found a couple of these different areas too. The first one that I found here. Just wondering what kind of reference that is. There's a boss ahead with shadow stabs. No? Boss disappeared all of a sudden. Okay. Ghosts! hardly noticed that I am in an area where the enemies are 5 level ahead of me. That's good. That's a good sign. Not wanna get not wanna go foolish out of that, but so not gonna check out the rifle here. Gauntlets. Spooks. Yeah, that's a nice word. Ooh, skeletal gargantuans ahead. So here was the first golden person. But I think I should be pretty much okay against them. I even got an invulnerability skill. So if stuff really goes south, there's I can make myself invulnerable for a while. Bleeding! At least elemental damage. Elemental damage is good for me. Tempest of the Void. I don't think so. Or is this good? HP still low. I mean, at some point I might be downgrading my HP a wee bit, but only for some decent chunk of resistance. Has to be some good trade-off then. This is not exactly a good trade-off. Ow! Jeez. 1 second when you don't dance around like it can. Ah, the door's closed. That's why they're not. Come on. Come on, let me open that door for you. I was already wondering why that fight was so hard. There we go. Come on, these bone pits, they always have some entertainment in them. Come out, come out. Wonderful. Pure distilled XP. I probably would be... I think I am also strong enough to go for the first chamber there. Are we gonna do that? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Everything went so good. I'm pretty sure this build is capable of doing so. Coming here with a melee fighter, I did several times. It's all a matter of your life leech. How much can you heal per attack? As long as you heal a lot per attack, and you don't need to stop attacking, everything is good. As soon as you can't keep attacking, you're dead. Pretty simple, actually. All right, let's do this. This is going to be scary, but I want to try my luck here. So we're going to get in there. But seriously, I think with all that power I got, this could be even way less spooky than I imagined it. It's just a very high density of bosses here, and you can't run out at all. And the last wave contains skeletal gargantuans. And a lot of bosses on top of that. So, since I got a pots invulnerability, and yeah, just not even a challenge. But I wanted to try out how powerful I am here before I go into that thing. Willie's Razor. No thanks, Willie. Keep your razor. Desert Sting. No, that's an acidic weapon. Spider. No, Raider War Mace. No luck here. Well, spirits resistant to physical? Yes. Definitely. I think so too. But I rarely played any melee characters that relied too much on physical damage in the first place. The characters I had, one was relying on lightning mostly. Then I had somebody with ether damage, and so can't really say. Okays. Oop. That's a nice army there. Okay. The only thing we didn't find so far is something with a decent chaos resistance. Even though we are looting through a lot of green items here. Ow! Dang. Fire Amulet of the Hungering Rifts. I don't think so. Come on, leave me alone with your stupid landmines. Gauntlets. Well, nope. Sabatons. Here's really a big problem once you have that much HP on all your gear. Replacing stuff grows harder and harder. Soldier Nightblade. Sounds like a difficult build to pull off, yeah. It's pretty squishy and... Alright, this is another pretty nasty room here. But we're taking it slow here.
I can't do that yet.
So there's one big nasty pile of bones here in the middle of the chamber. But yeah. Without their minions, the bone colossuses are really a lot less spooky. This is so strong. But this dude, he comes again. He's not named the Eternal for no reason. Boss melting qualities are definitely solid. Ilgor's Eternal Vigil. I love these items from the unique bosses. They are so fun. Wraithbone Sash. Vitality and Ether Resistance. Interesting item. Level 60 friggin' 5. My god. Wild Speaker Coat. Thanks, but no thanks. Heavy Treads of Kings. Well. Okay. Well. Ooh, yuck. Some of enemies here. Such a close quarter. Oh, Totem.
I can't do
Oh,
that.
definitely gonna take that. But not without placing down a ton of totems around the totem. My totem is stronger than your totem. Now let's run away! Those poor enemies, I mean, look at them melt. What have I done? What have I created? Adept's Morning Star. Of course we're going to eat that recipe. So, Topaz Pendant of Caged Souls. But I really feel pretty unlucky when it comes down to drops today. The drops are really crappy today. So, yeah, that would be some chaos resistance, but how overcapped am I here? 41, 17, 67. Okay, so I can't afford to train. But the amount of health on that is not enough. 64 physique, though, is pretty sick. Pretty close contender, but no. Still not. Still not a good pick. Pretty useless as well. Druid's Star of the Wolf. I see a lot of things that are better than the piece of crap metal that I'm working right now. So let's take that for now. AFK, hey there. Good to see you again as well. Let's hope I'll stay alive tonight. Hope you had a fine Monday today. Ooh, I actually pulled out a couple of ghosts out of the ground. So here was another thing that I considered in general, but I don't know how you guys would think about that. I was also thinking about a Iron Man XCOM 2 run at some point. And some future software. But definitely Iron Man. Definitely gonna feel the pain. Because as much as I loved XCOM, I really noticed that the capability of saving and loading the game made me over-optimize my gameplay and sucked out the fun out of the game for me. Somehow. I wasn't like that back when, but, you know, lately I've had a lot of problems with games that basically need you to save or invite you to save them, but Druid gets more active skills from the Arcanist table. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, not as if I needed the Mirror of Erioctus yet, but we got that skill, at least, you know. It's pretty wild out here.
That skill's not ready.
Death Ward. Oh, that's a good item. Or at least a good safety item. I'll pick it up for now and check out the properties later. So there was a Storm Revenant. These are for example good examples for enemies that are quite resilient to my scheme. Are you guys kidding me? Nobody's getting up here in it's the party pit. Everybody get up. Subjugator's Mark of Arcane Blaze. 43% to pet damage. That's a pretty sick stat, honestly. Okay, the way ahead is blocked. Can't go down here. Alright, this was the proper way to go. I want to farm out this area as thorough as possible. Hey, wait a sec. Seriously, I have to get back to the main room? Oh, man. RNGesus doesn't love me tonight. First no items and now that. Now this looks like a totally normal and safe area. No ambush, nothing possible here. A surprise, there are enemies inside the basin. Most of the time these things are not really any ambushes, but sometimes they can really mess you up in the one moment when you are not careful. Really like that. This game has a lot of these extremely harmless and obvious moments, but if you ever run into one of these extremely harmless and obvious situations while you are in trouble or something like that, you can sometimes find that quite strengthful. That's what I like.
Can't do that yet.
Alright. I'm somewhat tempted to try out the final boss of this area here too. Oh, I'm in the arena here. Because so far, nothing here did even break a sweat to this guy. So I see a pretty decent chance of just smashing that boss here. Gloves. Oh yeah, but no resistances. Too bad. Coster helm. And just no.
I can't do that yet.
I mean, I do know that I can smash Zarya, without any chaos resistance at all. I just need to stay outside the range of her obsidian crystals. But basically everything with boom bolts in the near future will be quite scary on 0% resistances. And I don't like that. I'd really love to have at least something like 30% chaos resist. Guess I will have to upgrade that if I don't find any items.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh, boss. Hey there, buddy. Bye-bye. Diamond Signet of Vitality. Chaos Resistance. Bleeding Resistance. Ah. Top notch. I'll need 5 levels for that beauty, but my god, isn't that the item I was asking for? Totally. That's a beautiful one. There's basically almost nothing wrong on it. The worst thing on it is the light radius thing. The rest is just brilliant. So, thanks, Dungeon. Appreciate that. I'll take everything back about you, RNGesus, tonight. Alright, cool. That's a big upgrade. Of course, only in 5 levels, but I really like to have something to work towards too. This is so stupid. They're literally not even getting any chance to do anything. They're just spawning to be looted. It's my favorite type of enemy. Oh yeah, there's this crossbow archer's always making fun of nervous. If you don't prance up and down in front of them, they can't deal a pretty significant amount of damage. So we're going to try the boss here. I hope I won't be regretting that as my last bad decision of tonight, but I somehow doubt it. So, some vitality resistance, but no more ether resistance. Oh, man. That's, I don't want to trade away my ether resistance either. There's gonna be a lot of ethereals up ahead, and I really want to stick to that gun here.
Can't do that yet.
So finally this character has hit a level where hardcore actually starts to be exciting. You know, I feel as if the first 30 levels in hardcore are by all means not harmless or super easy or anything like that, but it's a lot. The difficulty ramps up later significantly. Wow. There's so much gain out of that one. Dungeon here is insanely lucrative. I mean, I guess the 100% increase in elemental damage via this environment here is possibly a good thing. It's better for me than for the enemy. So what do we have here? Oh man. That sucks. This would be a good exchange if these shoulders would have a little bit more to them. Too bad. But well, I already got one item that's a lot better than the stuff I'm wearing right now. Ooh, them traps. These traps are so far the deadliest thing down here. Deadlier than anything else before. Okay. Zaps. Sold leg guards of Psyche. And no, totally wrong damage types here for me. My cat is attacking my chair. Things are interesting. Things are starting to hurt a bit now. Yeah, that's true. Noticed the first little movements on my HP bar. But I think it was mostly traps. Not so much damage. Or as far as I've noticed, it was mostly traps. But yeah, the enemies also do hurt a little bit. There's a trap again, okay. Whenever I take damage, there's a trap open. Plate chassis. Well, pretty much everything's good except for the point where it doesn't have any particular good upgrades for me. Okay. There's another trap. Lots of skeletal gargantuans marching in here right now. But yeah, good part about this is that these dudes, they don't have any minions to attack me with or block me with or anything, because the chain lightnings take out their minions way too quickly. So up ahead there is the final boss arena. But honestly, I really think it should be not too much of a problem. The HP amount on this character is really good. Yeah, those were warlocks. These are the enemies I don't have good resistances against. Bad. Can't remember that one. We have here Salt Handguards of Frostbite. I'm wearing something with some flat elemental resistance, pierce resistance, poison, acid bleeding. Well, they don't have any HP, so okay. That's tragedy.
That skill's not ready.
I still consider HP as a mandatory stat. At least a bit, you know? At least something like somewhere between 150 and 200 HP are necessary. Right, at least. The item has to have a lot of other goodies to convince me to give up on HP. Here we go. Don't want to be locked into that room. Doesn't look nice in there. I want to take down the numbers inside there before I risk getting locked in with these. It doesn't look like there's a lock-in happening. Raider Greaves. Vitality resistance. No. Okay. I think it's about time to face the fact that we're close to the finale now. So anybody want to talk me out of it here? I don't think I need to be talked out of it, on me. Probably gonna check my consumables if I have something nice that I could swallow before I get in there. But traps were the only thing threatening me so far in this run, so you. I like that. What's life without challenge? Okay, There's even a nice chance of a level up in the fight. Maybe that'll come in handy, who knows. Traps, seriously? And, how many? Okay, so consumables. Royal Jelly Bomb. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Let's go. Yeah. It was quite helpful, the talk, I mean. So, Lord Executioner. There we go. Alright, there's a stun involved, but honestly... I got the Mirror of Erioptis in my mind. I got the pot on my finger. We might be even getting out of that without a single pot. OP. Ow. Okay. There was the health pot. Just for the statistics department. Immortal Executioner. It even gave me an achievement. Alchemist's Scythe of Ruin. Jeez. Plus 1000 HP. Okay. Nice. But no. Not for me. Thanks, Joran. Appreciate it. But I gotta say, the honor should go all to the Storm Totems. They did all the work. Emerald Necklace of the Arcane Blaze. Oh. Neat, but nope. Transcendent Chest. Nearby Monolith Stirs. Blight. Alright. Opulent Robe of Scorch Runes. Elemental damage, health, lightning resistance, 46%. Who the hell needs that amount of lightning resistance? Certainly not me. Vitality resistance, poison and acid resistance, royal exuberance. This is gonna be something I'll pick up because the. Yeah, okay, I'll trade away some ether resistance, but. In the net total, this will be an upgrade in terms of total resistance. Where's that thing? Where did it go? I'm blind. Alright, I am blind, so... Heck? Ah, this is a ring. That's why. So we got 2 new rings. I was totally convinced that I was looking at a helmet. That explains a lot to my... Yeah, okay. These are rings, all of a sudden everything makes sense. Nope. Glory of the Silver Knight. Now, that's a helmet. Holy moly. I'll take that. Abolish evil requires a melee weapon. Well, that's not really interesting. The whole item ain't really that interesting. But it has plus damage, and it has a sick amount of health. Let's take it for it now. Yeah, I like those rings too. Vile Scorn Leg Plates. Well, total nope. And this one was already crossed out. Okay. So, Glorious Chest. Being blocked behind the boot. Breastplate and leg guards showed up. Ah, come on, give me something nice for the breast finally. Dang, man. Leg guards. Chaos resist. No ether resistance. Also, incorrect damage upgrades. Well, okay. And I got a lot of new items, but nothing that I can wear right now. Dang. but that was somehow I expected that. So I know where I want to go now, and that's Pine Barrens. I want to try the fortress. Feel as if I am good to go for that. And also, it's going to provide me a nice long run through an area with lots of enemies too. It's just what I need. I guess once I hit level 50, I will hit a chaos resistance level where I am okay with it. I don't know if I can upgrade that via potions or components, maybe augments too. Who knows? There are options.
I can't do that.
Should check those out. But going into the Chthonian endgame before, without getting some vitality resistance and chaos resistance sounds like a bad idea to me. The Harpy quest, I already did that one. Pretty sure that I did that. These stupid fruit flies, they're so effing annoying.
That skill's not
Dropped me down to 50%. These Drangul tyrants, I tell you. They're vicious. My god, what kind of damage do they do? Why are they hurting me so hard? And is it really a good idea to go where I'm headed right now? This looks like as if it's a horrible idea somehow. Black tallow can be. I don't know if I actually got the recipe for that. You gotta check out.
I can't do that yet.
There we go. Badge of the Crimson Company. Definitely a nope. Okay, I'll rather sort out the enemies
That
in
skill's
the
not
vicinity.
ready.
I really want to take this area with the according respect. Okay. Let's spam our stuff. Oh, there's heroic spoils down
That
there.
skill's not ready.
Yeah, let's go. Royal jelly. Alright, that was easy. Ancient Hard. Oh yeah. Glyph of the Elusive Assassin. Oh yeah, we are also looting the first augments here. That's good. So we're also getting closer to our first legendary items here. That's good news. I already cleared Blackbriar in the other run. I don't want to go there a second time. So what do we have here? That's really sick damages, but nope. Chest Guard of Perdition. No. That's cultist stuff. That's also not interesting. Inscribed Band, no. Fiend Binders. Who? What's that? Hold on. I'm pretty sure that you're right about that, Yara. Considering Bloodbriar. Because this is pretty much as much as I explored here. There, back there. But my traces end here rather sooner. So I can remember that the last time I was here, I didn't want to go for
I can't do that yet.
Tyrant's Hold or the place, whatever the place might be called. All these beasties are more scary than I have them in memory. Okay. Almost 46 here. Exactly, I did everything except for the fourth thing. And the vicinity of that, of course. Mostly because these Drangul Tyrants were hitting like a truck and I got afraid. They're still hitting like a truck and I'm still afraid, but you know. Should be fine though. And if not, the series will need a worthy end.
That skill's not
Every
ready.
story has an end someday. But not today, I hope. Okay. Almost at the level up. Yeah, the big physical attackers. Exactly. Stuff that's just running into you, stunning you, and delivering tons of physical damage. These are the things that I think are the biggest threat to this build, because the totems, they are fine and dandy, but they don't tank. They don't have any tanking qualities. My character has to kite and run all by himself. It's also a reason why I pay such close attention to a high HP pool. Because if I'm not resilient to run away and kite it out, I'm worth nothing. Adept scribs. Rips. Not adept scribs. Okay. No health, no fun. Okay. Unfair. Okay, so finally the Wind Devils are skilled out. Minus 30 elemental resistance. Wonderful. This should increase my kill speed on bosses tremendously. Which is good, because bosses are the scary part. Probably I should also start whipping out the Wind Devils a little bit more when I'm scared about certain areas, like I am here. I'm pretty sure that the Wind Devil's debuffs will also help me to mitigate the pressure of the Drangul Tyrants a lot. Okay. So devotion-wise, I was, oh, I got the Tempest done. Nice. Alright. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, there's a chest back there. Now, let's go. I'll take a thorough examination of the area here.
I can't do that.
Because I want to sweep it out as good as possible. XP do matter for me. There's more global. And there's the Grand Rule. Those Wind Devils out. Really have to put them into my routine here a little bit more.
Can't do that.
Alright. Arconian Docks. Oh, I totally forgot about the Arconian Docks. Oh yeah, that's an interesting question what we're going to do about the Arconian Docks. Usually I'd say ignore, but If I remember correctly, the Arcovian docks were totally overrun by ethereals, but I'm not sure anymore. Or it was a high-tier bandit area? Wasn't it bandits there? Can't remember. I only remember that it was quite dangerous to be there. But first, the Tyrant's camp. And then we're going to consider what to do about the other stuff. I mean, given the clear speed and the power of this character, I don't think that I need to be skipping out on too many things, except for stuff that stresses out the non-existent resistances on me. Overlooked that tyrant there. Not cool. No, definitely a nope. A nope item. So, that's the actual area here. The entrance. Okay, now I'm scared. Let's just hope I'll survive this. Would be a pity to die here. So we got less crit damage, but better offensive ability, and alright. Chaos and ether resistances are manipulated. Not really anything bothering me here in any way.
Can't do that yet.
Ow! Jeez. 50% HP. I hate it when they do these surprise jabs. But luckily, except for their, for these Drangul dudes, these enemies are all dying really quick. It's at least some piece of good news. Okay, a lot of scrap so far in here. And scrap is good. One of the most valuable crafting resources afterward. Present in many, many recipes.
I can't do that.
So far, so good. But this is already more threatening than the whole entire undead dungeon together, basically. But I love it how every build has its own weaknesses and its own strengths.
I can't do that yet.
A lot of things that are easy for one character of mine were pretty hard for another, and vice versa. You know how you guys feel about that. What's freezing me the whole time? damn, this is not good. These dudes are so friggin' quick.
Can't do that yet.
Yeah, I think so too. The balancing of ARPGs is never even and equal. There's always stuff which is more busted than other stuff. Games like these always work like that. There's always some particular angle of skills that you can use better than others. Although, I gotta say, the devs of this game, they certainly did a good job in creating a versatile and interesting balancing for the game. Where did those meteorites come from? I didn't see any boss in there. Strange. So, well,
That skill's not ready.
okay, working out pretty good so far. The really interesting question is what will happen when we face the boss of this place here.
I can't do that yet.
It's not unusual to just dominate all the minions there and get hit like a truck when the actual boss is closing in. Let's take it slow here for now.
That skill's not ready.
These stupid holes, they contain traps. It's no fun to stand on them, believe me. Journal of Duke Kavanaugh. Right, these were Panetti's missile gear items, I remember vaguely.
I can't do that yet.
Ember effigy. That's thermite mine. No HP. Right now I'm checking out practically all the gear that I'm finding for some kind of fit. Because I really need those upgrades as quick as possible. Yeah, the disable behind the Wind Devils is also worth a ton with quick enemies, or against quick enemies. Very nice and versatile skill, gotta say. The Wind Devils, I think. Oh, dynamite. Always a welcome piece of loot. Alright, so I guess I left out an entire wing of that castle. You're a big fan of the Wind Devils, Yorin? Understandable. Totally understandable. So, Wanderer's Crest of Voidfire. Hello. Man, what kind of junk do they present to me here? Well, so far I don't like too much about the fact that they are a little bit hard to aim. They are a little bit too autonomous for my taste in their aiming behavior. There's something about every skill to complain about, you know. Okay, so there's the door. But I think, yeah. What Feast the Ruthless. Probably gonna be the hardest thing so far. Probably also not. Who knows? It's a pretty quick critter, that's why I was concerned about it, but he's getting wind deviled here mainly. The slows and the resistance reductions there really destroyed that dude pretty decently. So, bleeding resistance. Some health, but nah. I need more than that. I need more than that. Dreadnought footpads. No. Salt helm. No. Okay. Well, we can't leave this place now. Check out the Arcovian docks for a moment. Whoa! What a respawn. Oh, wait a sec. No, I'm not gonna check out the Arcovian docks.
I can't do that yet.
I spawned so far away from there. Probably better this way. Keeping me safe from myself. But honestly, I'm lazy. Why the heck should I walk all the way over there? Okay, we got this now as well out of the way. And beyond that, let's give it a try, you know? I feel as if I'm on a good way now. Alright, so we're going to go to the quarry next. Yeah, let's do this. A new shield, but I don't want any shields. Not under these circumstances. I'm now despised with the Chthonians. Okay. Despise me. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
The quarry here is quite dangerous, actually. But it's also a really nice place to loot ether crystals and dynamite at. Probably my favorite place to go for that stuff. Alright. So far, my sassiest move here.
Can't do that yet.
I'm a little bit more careful right now. Okay, let's get that. Now off to the actual finale. Flesh walk cauldrons. Nope. Big nope. Alright, more ether crystals. Sipping in a potion here and then. Oh, God. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this area doesn't not only look dangerous, it is also pretty dangerous. So, do I have anything against ether in my inventory? Actually, no. So, we should. This is a pretty tricky point, but if I advance only so slowly, it shouldn't be not too much of a problem. Under no circumstances do I want these ether crystals to get close to me to simultaneously. That would be really bad. Alright, here we go. That's a pretty rough fight here. Ether Hulk and such. Ether Hulk boss. The sheer amount of HP on my character really does a lot. Even if the resistances aren't that super good, it's good enough to give it a try every time. Oh, wait a sec, I want to go deeper in there because there's also a lot of enemies still. And there's dynamite in there. You know, dynamite is pretty important for me. Paranimo, hey there. Yeah, it's still kicking butt. That's true. It's my, it's the more effective hardcore character so far. Happy to see you guys around tonight. So I was closing in towards Darkvale the other night. Slay Karos, Sigil of Chthon. Karos is the boss in the Darkvale Gate. So nothing that I could skip or miss anyway. What am I doing? Is this even a direction that I can proceed into? I don't think so.
That skill's not good.
Or is it? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is also a way to approach. Oh, this is Fort Haran. Now I remember. It's where the Death's Vigil and... Wait a sec. Yeah, I am actually instructed to do this. My allied Kaimon fanatics want me to do so. Those necromancers are using belts and stuff though, which is actually hurting me. So, I'm noping out on that. Not until I have the better resistances. This is only an unnecessary side quest, and risking myself like that gives me some trouble. It's one thing to risk myself for something which is actually important for the story, but it's another thing to do that without any particular pressure. Neat item, actually. I always want to believe that the sum of those little decisions is what actually keeps this character alive. Don't know if that's true, but I guess you get the idea. I'm so excited about tomorrow. Yeah, can't wait for that early access release of Darkest Dungeon 2. Can't believe that it's now time that it's going to appear. I have very fond memories of Darkest Dungeon 1. I overplayed the early access until the very point that I didn't like the full release game anymore. Let's hope I don't do the same for Darkest Dungeon 2. Okay, there is a totem up ahead. Well, if it's a chthonic totem, things are starting to be more and more dangerous. Damage-wise, that is. Those little hungeras, they hurt more and more. Everything hurts more and more because I don't have the necessary resists right now. Alright. Let's do this. If I keep good distance to this whole commotion, I should be very well able to get out this unscathed. Enemies are too slow to actually get close to me. That's what I like to see. Get farmed. Good boy. And a lot of loot too. Probably I'll find something I'll need here. That would be the best. Okay, a relic would be a good idea as well. No. Nope. Blade Fury. Nope. Nope. Although, pretty close contender. Actually, I'll take them. Simple reason behind that. They only downgrade my elemental resistances and upgrade my chaos resistance a little bit. In the meantime, they are easy to be replaced, and what the heck is this? Yeah. As a slight downgrade to my HP. It's okay. There. Oh, a new amulet. Oh, man. Couldn't tell it. Gotta chill. Too bad, too bad. Could have been a lot better, but also a lot worse. I mean, the whole totem was basically a freebie.
I can't do that yet.
Oh. Chthonian Harbinger boss. I didn't even notice that, dude. I hate the explosion effect on these dudes.
I can't do that yet.
Okay. Now I only need a couple of extra levels, I think, and then everything will be good. Take down.
I can't do that yet.
Sword Scepter, yeah, they totally go into an alternative direction. Now there's the good old Dark Veil, where the cultists live. Trevor's Node. I don't want to read anything by these sick and depraved people of Dark Whale. By or about. Like Grimoire of Ognapesh. Definitely nothing I'll need. Ooh. Double drop of Chthonic Seals. Nice. Always love when there's a healthy portion of crafting materials dropping here. The lore here, it's totally messed up. I always preferred the story of the ethereals above the chthonic stories. The chthonic stories were personally too gory for my taste. I mean, I don't want to judge. If somebody likes that more. Like that more, it's okay. But the ethereals had such a well, alien background story and such. I really like that. Oh man, the enemy density here is so effing low. It's really hard to level up. And the worst part about it is it also lowers my attention if there's such low pressure the whole time. Oh yeah, Grim Dawn 2, I'd be totally down for that too. I wonder if the people in the company there aren't actually already working on something like that. I do know that they are working on, I think it was a city builder or a kingdom management game that is supposed to play in the world before the Grim Dawn happens. That's all I know so far. That's what Reddit said. But I really got no clue what's behind all that and such. Yay, dynamite. Nice. Well, I personally think also that the story of Grim Dawn is one of its real unique parts, you know. Lots of ARPGs don't have such a massively well worked out story. And in terms of lore density and such things, I don't know any game that beats Grim Dawn at this point. Seriously not. When it comes down to the sheer amount of text, I think neither Path of Exile nor Diablo can. Well, okay, Path of Exile has a lot of dialogue instead of these readable lore bits. And the dialogue is also pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with the Path of Exile dialogues too. Thanks. So, let's pay a visit to the bathhouse. Most messed up place in town. Don't ask what looks like that here. I don't want to tell. Okay. Well, but Warcraft has no action RPG behind it, which would be totally dope if they had. But, well, I don't know if there's ever any comeback for the World of Warcraft or the Warcraft franchise in general. To some degree, I feel as if Blizzard killed it. Yeah, those nasty Chaos Lightning thingies get zapped away by my totems extremely quickly there. Yeah. Alright, Zarya wasn't any issue here. Makes me very happy. The Zarya's Pendant, Drythorn summoning. Nothing of my skills. Blizzard is bleeding to death. I don't know. I would actually say that if you would ask Blizzard high operatives, they would be telling something different. I think when you're just milking the company for money, Blizzard is in a good spot to be in. Their games are selling pretty good. I mean, they're literally reheating a old game right now successfully and convincing people to pay a lot of money for the same old game just with new graphics. It's basically a reskin of Diablo 2. They earn a ton of money. It looks like they are dying, but actually the only thing that's dying is their self-esteem. Their wallets are growing. At least that's how I see it. Yeah. It's just like with Electronic Arts. People don't like them as company, but somehow there are still enough people buying their stuff to validate them producing crap like that, because, you know, it doesn't matter if people like you or not if you sell the stuff. Look at Amazon. Everybody hates Amazon. But when you need something, most people order at Amazon. So, there's a weird gap between our perception and our actions in these things. I mean, maybe Yarn, you and me were different and we're acting differently on that, but I'm talking about the majority of people. I've noticed that quite often in the past. People hate something, but still use the services of that something quite regularly and quite often. So, Chthonian Harbingers are super resilient, but we're dealing with all of this pretty decently here. I think it was a wise choice to be farming out like I did before. Because, you know, safety first. Oh yeah, that thing was a pretty decent HP upgrade there. But I am convinced that we're not going to see too much innovation anymore from Blizzard Activision in the future. I can't imagine, actually. Because every software designer who's actually ambitioned and wants to get somewhere with his creative career would not go there. At least I imagine.
Not ready.
I mean, have you ever seen something truly innovative from Electronic Arts or something like that in the last decade or so? I didn't. Something with FIFA and Sims. That's basically what I have in mind when I think about EA. And sooner or later, Activision Blizzard will be something with Warcraft and Diablo. Maybe it is already at that point. I don't know. That's so sad. I spent so many years of my youth, with Blizzard products. Now it's like that. It's a shame. Truly a shame. Spore. Thanks, Jörn. That's actually... But isn't Spore old as hell at this point, too? I mean... I would need to check when the release date of Spore was good. I think it's been a while now. Almost 10 years, yeah. I mean, when I think about Electronic Arts, I think about Maxis, and then I think about SimCity, and then I think about a whole franchise of games that slowly died. It has been taken over by Cities Skylines. From 2008, my goodness. Thanks, Vian. So it's more than 10 years. I came across Spore when it was already old and looking crappy in the comparison of today, and at some point it didn't fascinate me too much anymore. But I certainly enjoyed my time that I did spend there, gotta admit. Had some really cool ideas, and the ever reoccurring new game features were really cool about that. Okay, so far so good. This place is friggin' easy. I don't want to say that too loud, you know. Ooh, dynamite.
Can't do that yet.
The enemy density here is so low. But that's something that I'm noticing about Chthonians quite often. Spent half the stream in treacherous layers. It was like that before. And the treacherous layers were less dangerous than this. Because my resistances are way worse against what they're tossing at me here than the dangerous layers. No, the Chthonian threat amps up way later. Right now, Dark Veil is just an entree, as it seems. All I can think about from EA in recent years is that Star Wars game. Ah, Star Wars. Is that behind 80? Okay. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a Trekkie at heart. And ever since Disney took over Star Wars, my relationship was even worse with them. Well, actually, it worsened when Episode 1 was released, and I wasn't able to watch that anymore. But then again, the older I grew, the more I didn't like the oversimplification of the Star Wars universe. Well, I can't really tell what kind of game we're talking about right now. Sorry. Reader, howda? No. Oh, there's a totem down there. Nice. If I remember correctly, Karas was the end boss of this little dungeon here. Okay. Okay, so the pressure here is at least a little bit higher. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate your effort. Okay, down there's a new totem. Well, I was a big fan of The Sims when it was new, but it was another one of those series which just got worse and worse with every sequel. Basically, Sims was on a really good spot when it was on part 3, and part 4 worsened so many things and reduced the diversity in so many ways. Not only because there were DLCs lacking, but also in terms like simple things like freedom of color choice. Sims 3 had a complete free color choice, and Sims 4 all of a sudden forbid that. Such nonsensical decisions, I don't know. The only games I did like out of the Star Wars universe were the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, but that was 90s, I think. I'm talking about those really old games there. They felt pretty good. But overall, in these I don't know how to call them, space flight simulators, the whole black and white coloring of the game world didn't bother me that much. But story-wise, to me, it's a too simple good versus evil thing. I mean, it's not as if what I'm playing here would be any more diverse or anything like that. Some things just click, and some things just don't. That's how I see it. Sparkstone Scepter, Storm's Edge, a one-handed, oh man, Stunjacks. For a moment I was excited, I wanted to be excited, but no. Mantle of the Weeping Eye. It has chaos resistance. It doesn't have HP, but, you know, I'll take it nevertheless. It has all the damage types that I'm dealing, and it's armor-wise also an upgrade there. We're just going to slap on a bristly fur or owl. Let's go for mutated scales. Here we go. Boots. Lots of boots. It would be nice to have better boots. So we're at 24% chaos resist now. Still no vitality resist. I like that, but what can I do? Ooh, what do we have here? Well, maybe not the resistances that I want, but I don't want to give away ether resistance. Dang. Here's another chance, but nope. Just nope everywhere. I'm investing somewhere. If I remember correctly, I do, but I can't remember anymore. I did work on the Tempest one. And I think, well, Ultos Shepherd of Storms sounds like something that I should definitely take. So let's see. Well, I'm certainly not really working towards it right now. Let's see. There's the Spear of Heavens, but that's providing something when I'm hit. It's not really interesting for me right now. So yeah, we would need to work towards that somehow. Not now. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, that's true. I want to allocate a couple of devotion points again before I ponder too much about that. When I don't have any directions available, I usually don't spend any points until I have 5 or 6 or so. Then I'm working on it again. I don't know, the active skill on the Ultos thingy sounded pretty sick, Yarn. Was a spread attack on several enemies with a chance to proc on every attack. And I'm pretty sure that the totems should also trigger chance and attack things, because you know, that's how this game usually works. There we go.
I can't do that yet.
Ooh, yeah. Dodged that one quite well. These red projectiles from these dudes are pretty scary because they do exactly the kind of damage I'm susceptible towards too. Well, maybe it is better now. Probably it already is better. I just didn't feel like farming towards farming to level 50 before I enter these areas. Especially since I know that beyond this place, Astrakhan Road will be all about ice damage and such, and I'm well prepared for these. Okay, the big fish. Well, like I said, I'm going to check that out, but thanks for the recommendation. I'll definitely have a look. I think it's Leviathan that you're talking about. I'm not sure about it, though. No, I need to look at it. I think we're talking about that one. Cold damage. Cold damage. Well, it's only cold damage. Maybe I... Are we talking about that fish here? Because it's only... this would be only empowering my Wind Devils. Alright, guys. Haras. Let's hope this will go down.
The power of it all.
Yeah.
That skill's
There's
not ready.
void lightnings chaos lightnings going on. But they only zapped me for 2,000, so that wasn't too horrible. This dude doesn't have too many HP, so even if he would hurt me a lot, he'd also die pretty quickly. Yeah, look at this. Good stuff. All right. A little bit concerned about that one, but only for a moment. Only for. So what do we have here? Good resistance, wrong damage types. Too bad. Yeah, well, Bjorn, it happens. There's so much stuff. Easy to mix up things. And also, it would be very beneficial for the Wind Devils. Maybe you were focusing harder on the Wind Devils on your character, and so it made sense, I don't know. Just a thought. Blood-Bathed Flings. But maybe it was another character too, of course. So... there we go. Yeah, well, that really went well. I don't know why, but this character is also stupidly strong in general. It's probably one of my strongest characters that I ever made. Not only that, Storm Totem in general is pretty strong. Also, when I'm looking at the total amount of HP this character has and all, I really notice that I'm getting better and better at what it's a little bit sassy to say that about yourself, but what I'm actually meaning is I learned a lot about Grimdawn in general in the last couple of weeks. It was a very educational time I spent with that game. Okay, well, we're going to see. As far as I see it right now, I'm going to try to reach the Ultos thing, but maybe I'll find something else there too. It's gonna be hard to find enough enablers to get the points going that I need. The big challenge is always to pick something which is actually useful for your build. And not only picking because you have to pick something. Ooh, lost time. So those Yetis, they look like they're quite resilient to what I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the cold damage doesn't impress them whatsoever, which is a part of my damage portfolio. And also they seem to be quite resilient toward lightning damage too. Okay. I know that this corner here is just a little bit of a farming corner. The actual path goes up here, the staircase, but I still want to farm up a little bit here. At least until I am on level 50. As soon as this character hits level 50, I'm going to rush a little bit more towards story completion. But before that, I'll take it slow because I want to equip those new items that I got. I thought I heard a Yeti. Alright. Okay, so we got an appointment with Captain Sommer, and I'm supposed to kill Master Ravok too, and the Blood Grove. Are they gonna do that now? I don't think so. Take that, petty monsters. Okay.
Why do you have such a grim look?
Okay.
I've already informed.
Yeah, why do you have such a grim face, look on your face?
You're here?
I've just
Good.
discovered that the demonic people want to destroy the world. Who's really surprised about that? What are demonic cultists up to after all? Alrighty guys, so a blind sage. Okay. I'm gonna be back in a minute or so. I need to see a silent place and get myself some tea. Catch you all in a minute. Right. Back in business. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, now we will get over to Astakarn again. It's totally okay. Oh, there's one. Just grab some free XP, you know. I'm now wondering whether or not I should go for the DLC content before swapping over to the next difficulty level or not.
So, you, the three, have decreed that I seek out worthy. Go to the center of.
That's really something I'm not sure about. Okay. I really don't want to overfarm this character too hard, and I think there's not really too much necessity in playing DLC content on normal difficulty, but then on the other hand, it would be a massive power-up, I guess. Really hard decision for me. I mean, I consider this character's ultimate goal to reach level 100 and end the story on Elite. I don't know if I'll ever get that far, though. Patience or success-wise. But, you know, it's good to formulate some goals. Take that, filthy monsters. Ascended Vestment. Probably those elementalists have a pretty decent resistance to the stuff I'm doing here. Well, that's a Panetti upgrader. Not really interesting at all. Not for me, that is. Nah. I wish I would be able to fling down totems into the courtyard there. That would be a little bit OP too. But also fun. Hey, Yorin, thanks.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh, that did hurt. Alright, so... interesting. I didn't expect those mages to be that much of a resilience issue. So, well, again, wrong stats. It looks like the mages there, elemental art, the ethereal arcanists and such, could be a good source of robes farming. Good to know. They seem to go into the same schools of classes like I do. Scale mail gloves of all the world. Wow. Seriously.
Can't do that yet.
Very, very excited to see this character so far. There we go. Flesh warped plate mail. It's a little bit more. Farming these robes. Wait a sec, I'll show you why I came up with the idea. Well, they have Shaman and Arcanist skills. These items from the possessed elementalists, which was pretty interesting to me. I had no clue, you know. So possessed elementalists are possibly interesting for this character. For green robes. Because I noticed one thing. Monster infrequents that happen to have exactly the correct combo for your character. Be that the right upgrade, for example, this thing. They seem to be, for me, the strongest things your characters can get for their build. Sometimes even stronger than blue or purple stuff. Because it's exactly the kind of stuff your build needs. With the downside that they are very, very exclusive to get. Yeah, most monster infrequents seem to work like that, don't you? You agree, right? So I really noticed that there are a lot of items that just upgrade the way these skills work in such a fundamental way that I start to focus them more and more the longer I play this game. There's really a lot of depth to this game. It's insane. When I was starting out, I was only ogling for blue and purple items at some point, but actually the green items are much more interesting than I originally thought. Okay. Cool. This totem build is really, really silly strong. I'm pretty sure that if I'm going to die with this character, it's going to be because of derp. Herald's jacket. Oh well. I'm considering the change actually, but it's only poison and acid resistance, but way more. Yeah, let's take that for now. I'll take the 50-ish% resist on poison gladly. It makes a lot of builds with green shoulders and belts. Yeah, those green items, they are insane. Like, I feel as if the more I know about this game, the more I get the idea of farming together the Optimus thing. Ooh. Army.
Can't do that.
There we go. Okay, I'll take the pot. Okay, getting closer to 50. The new milestone for me if I get there. Oh no, there's the Trip South book collection. I don't want to read that ever again. Oh, global sky effigies. Oh, stronger stuff. Okay, I'll have to check out these. So, yeah, that's basically the same, only better. more of all, but also on top of that, extra elemental damage. Yeah, we'll have to take that. It's just a massive upgrade. I'll just need a portion of Hell's Bane ammo. It's the Devil Touched ammo. I thought I had that stuff in my inventory too. Or is that crafting exclusive? I don't think so. Oh man. It's not that little packet. I'm looking for a blue packet. Maybe I'll have to craft it. I think it's crafting exclusive. Thanks, Yorin. That was a really lucky drop, not gonna lie. Like, I highly doubt that the next one I'll loot will be that good. Yeah, sure, Kasparov. I'll give you some dynamite. Here you go, buddy. So, I'm just going to keep the add-on here. Put it on that one. Yeah. Alright. Well, maybe I'll find a better one, but it's certainly not going to be that much better. And it's a wonderful example for exactly what I was talking about before. Like, this is, it's going to be super hard for this character to find any better offhand than an upgraded version of this Global Sky effigy, because cooldown, skill recharge on Storm Totem, and summon limit on Storm Totem, plus on Storm Totem, for a character that mains on Storm Totem, what should be actually better? Yeah.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, I need to get the electrifying my weapons back online. Slam. Okay, Flesh Warped Gear. No. Didn't I check these out before? So, lots of health. Actually, a worse version of mine. Dang. But at least now I know that the Astakarn Global are a good source for that stuff. And generally said, we're looking for Sky Clan wherever I can for this character. Got it. Right. There's a special snowflake. Chili bread.
Can't do that.
Okay, here we go. And another blueprint. Oh, hi there, Crystal Formation. Say hi to my totem. Okay. It's so sad that I can't actually see how much damage my totem does. It deals 0 damage, if I ask my game. Kinda sad. The DPS numbers of this game are mostly incorrect anyways, so it's not that much of a loss. I can only rely now on the fact that numbers are way higher than before, so that was higher too. But it's kind of unsettling to just guess. Yeah, the numbers are higher. It has to be better. Okay, wild animals. Yeah, those Yetis, they certainly take their time.
That skill's not ready.
Oh yeah, there's a big army again. together with the Wind Devils is not too much of an issue there. Wind Devils will be skilled out soon as well. Only a couple of levels more. No, one level more, actually. It's just one level more.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the follow, truck word. Totem underappreciated. Yeah, true that, man, true that. Well, when I was playing Path of Exile, I already loved Totem builds a lot. A lot of people were like, it's boring, and some other skill does all the damage for you. I don't care. I'm fine with boring, as long as I can loot and stay alive. So... there we go.
Can't do that yet.
Hey guys, I want to be in this combat too. You see? All right. Chill Blaze. One-handed sword with nothing on it. Oh, you did some devotion mapping? Oh, cool. I always feel as if devotion points are, without a third-party program, just extremely hard to get a bigger picture there. All right.
I can't do that yet.
Well, right now I'm only sitting on one devotion point, so... Feel free to send me a link, though. I'd love to see that. Just, pick Discord. Really like to see what kind of, devotions, constellations you picked for the way in between, you know. I'm pretty sure that you made some solid decisions there. Maybe I can save myself some time and brain juice.
Can't do that yet.
Take that. Okay. Ooh, wild beasts. They always scare me. Everything which is so friggin' fast is scaring me. Their damage is actually pretty low, so they aren't that scary at all, but... eh. Lost enemies are scary. Oh, we're almost at level 48. Nice. At least this will max out my storm to my wind spirits finally soon. That's a good point. Then most of my offensive tools are completely done. From that point on, it's going to be easier to consider some defensive options as well. Hey, there's a Nightblade's Grovel effigy, so let's check that out. I don't think so. Why ever it is a Nightblade's item. Thank you, Adorn. Appreciate that. I mean, I see a real chance with this character to get quite far. Because so far, there's a lot of safety in that build. And as long as I keep my defenses high up, it should be possible to get this guy qualified. Black Grimoire is not really a thing we need. That's the Sealed Devotion Shrine. And more Yetis. And the Super Yeti.
That skill's not ready.
Wow, that dude is really resilient. Gotta say. I did, that was too early. Pot. That pot of mine was too early. That's a lot of Yeti.
Can't do that.
Oh yeah. What a timely level. It's quite the bleeding.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Yeah. Enemies that have a pretty high resistance against my damage are, of course, an issue. Death Ward. Yeah. Pretty nice item, but not for me.
That skill's not ready.
Right? Oh yeah, should have looked that up. Hello, bug. Goodbye, bug. Lightning bug, you know. Alright, Holy Broadsword. High Concilious Coat. No. Alright, lots of green item browsing again. Oh, a mutated scale. Wonderful. So, nope. Big nope. Mega nope. More than nope. Lacking words. At this point. So, level 48. Sadly, I'll need 2 more to wear those juicy rings. But I am quite positive about my way ahead here.
That skill's not ready.
I mean, that whole run, I came along quite swimmingly. So, that's why I'm considering leaving normal difficulty rather sooner than later, but I'm not sure about the wisdom of that decision. Don't hurt me. There's a waypoint.
That skill's not ready.
So your local little ethereal invasion. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
The energy regen on my new offhand is pretty sick too. Oh, more Stite drive go over. Probably I'll find actually something better. Probably not though. 142% lightning damage. Jeez. Wow. But no. It's totally okay. Since I can't really check out which is better, I'll keep it with that. With that point here. What I would exchange my item with would be something with similar damage and better defenses, but not for something where I'm not sure if the new item has more damage or the old item.
That skill's
Not really helpful. Right. didn't actually plan to farm out Astakarn that hard, but somehow it just happened. I just happened. It happened. To farm this piece. Okay. I guess it's the Global's fault. They got me all greedy for better offhand items. I wonder if there's a good main hand item except for the blue one that I got, which correlates to lightning skills and storm totems. Could be.
That skill's not ready.
The mixture of Global and Ethereal tier is for sure quite interesting to see. Ooh, look at that. 524 health though. Pretty tasty, but that's the only thing about it. Right. Necromancers again. Hey, good old Port Icon. Healing at home for some weird reason. Yeah. Oh no, that's another extra dungeon for the Kaimon Fanatics, I think. Okay, so this is going to be pretty soon the end of today's stream as well. As soon as I have unlocked Ford Icon, I feel as if it's a good point to leave for today. Wow, Necromancers. They deal exactly the types of damage that I'm not too resilient against yet. Jeez. It'd be tragic to die right now, a moment before reaching Ford Icon. But yeah, I'm gonna survive. Promise. Well, actually, I am now quite happy that I didn't go for Master Rabok yet. Because the Necromancers sure do hurt me too much to find that a good plan. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh. It's quite the army incoming here. Yeah, the bosses are melting so good. It's really a sick difference to where we were before. Okay, almost there. Oh well, too bad. Thank you, Bjorn. I really was hoping that I would be closer to level 50, but I guess level 50 will be something for tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. I don't know yet.
Can't do that yet.
Empowered Stormguard, Epic Shield. +3 to Storm Totem. No. Tempting, but not really tempting. Hey there,
Good. You've
Inquisitor
arrived.
Creed.
It's ready. Sabotage. What precisely?
Yeah. I don't care about you talking here. Alright, my friends, it's time to say goodnight. I'm gonna take a look into the link there, Kieran. Find something that helps me out in that for sure. And everybody, thanks for the good company, and see you all tomorrow. Pretty sure I will do my Darkest Dungeon 2 stream, if everything goes accordingly, though. Catch you all then. Have a good night, have a good day, whatever might be the case at your place. Bye-bye.